There's some people that I know in the real estate industry, and God knows how they even got their license. They know everything in the world about recruiting, but they've never did one real estate transaction by themselves, which tells me a lot about their character and who they are. Last summer I did $5 million in business. This was 4 separate transactions, over $1 million a piece. And I didn't have any help from anybody, not one transaction coordinator, not one question on anything. Did it entirely by myself. You put a 1-to-4 contract in front of some of these guys, they don't even know where to initial. They've been in the business for 10 years. Real estate is not a sprint, it's a marathon. One of the things that I've noticed is if you throw spaghetti against the wall, say for instance, if you're recruiting people into a real estate brokerage, you throw spaghetti against the wall, you get the numbers, that's wonderful. But if you don't recognize the diamonds that you already have, and then you go through this whole process of putting money here, putting money there, but you're not focused on the diamonds that are actually going out and producing, boom, it is one recipe for disaster. You watch, it's like a stack of cards, just dominoes. One will fall over after another. Anything and everything that should be coming out as far as technological advances, all the people that are producing should know about it and understand how it works, and they should be priority. But when you focus on these people that cannot sell their way out of a wet paper bag, or they don't know anything, the first thing about fiduciary responsibility to their clients and looking after their clients, then they end up being thrown out there with the wolves and just winging it. You want me to tell you about the market in Austin, Texas? I'll be more than glad to. If you go to, say, parts of Dallas, there's upper pockets of Dallas that are great. There's still multiple offers. There's even appraiser waivers. I don't even know when the last time I've seen an appraiser waiver in Austin. Those are not around anymore. There's not like people jumping in with multiple offers from what I've seen. Now, it probably still goes on in small pockets, but yeah. Just go on Zillow if you don't have access to an MLS and look at all the price reductions and look at the leasing market as well. So in Austin, Texas, we have the highest and most price reductions out of every city in the United States of America right now. All right? I'm not bitching about it. I'm just saying it's a fact. That's what's going on in our market. So what's going on in our market is completely different from what's going on in Florida. So if I was like just say in a market where there's still multiple offers, I'd be like, man, those agents down there suck. They don't know what they're doing, because completely oblivious to what's happening. So anyways, it's always good to get second opinions, because I talk to a lot of people and I go out and I know exactly what's going on in the market in Austin, Texas, because I'm boots on the ground. I'm the one that talks to people every day. I'm the one that runs comps and everything. I'm telling you right now, what I do as a professional, I always tell them, listen, I'm going to list your price. I'll list the house at whatever you want. But if it doesn't sell within the first 7 days, or we get no traction on it, we're going to drop it to the price that I know it'll sell at. Is that fair enough? If they say yes, all right, great. Because the first 2 weeks, as everybody knows, is important on this. So what happens is you get these weak-ass realtors that will go and list a house at the price and never reduce it, and now it's sitting on the market for 8 months and it's turned into a buyer's market. They're helping contribute to a buyer's market. Never mind the amount of inventory that we have that is absolutely skyrocketed. But yeah, I know what's going on. If you're looking to buy a house, you pick any house in Austin. I mean, I'll knock $20,000 off of it right now if it's still in the market. Yeah, it's the favor negotiation room is all on the buyers right now in Austin, Texas, and that's what's going on. But a lot of people might still be in this dumbass utopia going, oh, Austin's immune to that. No, it's not. 2 years ago, when we had people that were putting, $200,000, $100,000 over asking price, you didn't think there was going to be a correction at any point. People call this a correction. I call it a crash, and I call it a 40% crash. You watch. We're going to go to a 40% crash in Austin, Texas, regardless of what people want to believe, or, unicorns and fairy tales and all this. But that's what's going to happen. So Not being negative, I'm just being realistic, and I'm going by the numbers.
All based on variable rate, right? Because they can't get fixed, or they didn't get fixed. Either way, there's a ton, and it all matures between 2023 and 2026. So you saw what just happened to Yellow Trucking, right? One of the oldest, largest trucking companies in the nation just went under.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't refinance their debt. They're blaming it on the unions. Unions are blaming it on them. But what I read early on was nobody was willing to lend them money anymore. Like, no one was willing to bail them out. And I think that's going to happen a lot because all these commercial lines, these companies have had since '08 have been 2, 3, 4% rate, right? I mean, they're probably super low. And we know the majority of them are super low. And they're not going to get that. When it comes out, they're going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7%. And it's going to crush them. It's going to double their interest. They are going to, some of them are not going to have the ability to handle it, and it's going to drive them out of business. I mean, we saw this before. And I think it's going to happen again. I really do. I think, in my humble opinion, I've said this early on, I really wonder if this recession is kicked off by commercial real estate and not, not residential, right? You and I both know. There's a lack of inventory, and buyers aren't buying right now because they're waiting for rates to come down. That's all it is. People are ready to buy. They don't want to buy at the break. That's what I'm hearing through, like, MBS Highway, and they do their own polls, and so they'll reach out to lenders, and all of us across the nation who subscribe to them will fill out, polls for them and let them know what's going on in our market and stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting, see what they got going on. But
Office.
Anyway,
Yeah, office, like commercial office will get hit, devastated more than anything.
Mm-hmm. And think about this. What else is coming due? November? Something that hasn't been due in over 3 years? Student loan payments.
Oh.
Now think about the people who didn't have payments on their student loans for 2 or 3 years, went out, maybe got a new car, and everybody was scrambling. Fear of missing out. Everybody's buying new cars, because they were skyrocketing in price. Well, why did you buy it? So I kind of wonder how many people are going to go default on their student loans, like, right off the bat. You know what I mean? And it's only, I think in the business we have to count a minimum of 0.5%, right? So it's not a huge payment, but still, for some people who are living paycheck to paycheck, it could be a nail in the coffin for them. And so I keep seeing all these cracks in the glass, and I'm just wondering, my wife and I are sitting back just doing what we said the moment the Fed started raising rates. We said, go conservative, sit back, we're not buying real estate until something breaks. And that's kind of what we're saying. I want to buy it. Are you down, if I remember correctly, I'm not exactly sure, are you down near the Temple area?
I'm in Austin. Well,
You are in Austin.
I'm actually in Pflugerville, which is still Travis County.
Yeah. Well, I used to live in Cedar Park for 10 years. 10, 11 years I lived there in Cedar Park in the Heritage subdivision next to the Andrew High. Sorry, we're fostering a dog.
Oh, that's all right.
And that's him. Chasing his own tail and yelping. I don't know what he did. He's a good boy. You want a dog?
No.
Beautiful dog. A wonderful boy here.
I have 2 of them. One of them's staring at me right now through the window like, what are you doing?